What's going on, everyone? SJ Collectibles back with another toy review video. In this one, I'll be taking a look at the new NECA Toys Ultimate Feral Predator from the movie Prey. I've been waiting for this figure since that movie first came out, and actually the very next day I made a custom figure that you all may remember. This guy right here. Got a ton of love for it, and I really appreciated all of that love after I worked on this figure. And but he's been my placeholder on my Predator movie shelf ever since that movie came out. And once they finally announced this figure, I absolutely lost it, and just was completely blown away by all the promotional shots of it. But having this in hand, it is probably by far my favorite figure that NECA's done for quite a while, and we'll get into that. But looking at the box, you can see it says Prey Ultimate Feral Predator. On the side, you get another logo. On the back, you get some promotional shots. And you can see, if you want to pause, you can read this. Okay. I've already got it out of the box. So you get a nice other promotional shot here, and then he sits in here and you get a nice background with the trees and everything. So but we'll take a look at him now. All right, I got Feral out of the box, and I have him in a pose I really like him in, and I have to say he is an incredible figure. I feel like NECA went above and beyond on this one. Feels like they gave this figure a lot of the same love and care that they gave those movie Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle figures. Look like they stepped right out of the screen. So that's how I feel about this one. He has some really cool mechanics that are put into this new style figure, and it really hope that they do some re-releases with some previous figures with some of this new tooling that they've done. But looking at him first, this bone mask is absolutely amazing. You can see he has these thinner dreadlocks. He's a different kind of species. The cool thing is you can take this backpack, and it does have a magnet in it. And he has the magnet inside his back. You can see it automatically just kind of takes his place. Now in the movie, it's kind of like an angle like that. So, and it does not, I mean, the magnet's really powerful, so it does not really want to move around. I mean, you can go like this and stuff. So, I mean, when it's displayed on the shelf, but it's not going to move around. If you look at the rest, he's got this net, and he's got that, that one ball that he throws. It's that net weapon that he has, and the guy just gets turned into hamburger pretty much. He's got the wolf skull on his belt. That looks like the snake skull right there. Yeah, that's cool. And then he's got those little things that I remember in the promotional shots they showed he came with, but I made one for my figure, so I just have it. Because the crazy thing is, if you look at the alternate hands, he actually has this hand that's made for holding that particular weapon, but he did not come with it. So maybe in another release or so, like they'll probably do a battle damage one where he gets the bear trap on his foot. So yeah, that'll be this extra hand for throwing this, because if I take mine, which is probably the size I'll make it, see, focus, you can see it's like it's for holding that weapon right there that he didn't make him come with. Anyway, so back to the front. He's got full neck articulation. He's actually got two pivots. So you can see in the movie he had this really long neck, which I thought was really interesting since this was all animatronic up top. But and the actor's head was down in the neck. But yeah, I just liked how it was like really far forward and everything. He had a really cool posture, and one of his knives came out. But he also has the blades, and they just attach into the slots on his wrist gauntlet, like so. You can take the mask off, and you can see this very unique looking predator face. And the sculpt is absolutely amazing. Teeth are well painted, and you have two. I have the mid open mouth on. I just really like that sculpt, but in the package he has a completely closed mouth, which is this one. Come on, focus. And then also he comes with a completely open mouth, and every mouth that you put on, it does not hinder the mask being placed back onto his head. And how you change it is they peg in underneath his eyes pretty much, and it pulls out relatively easy. So here's a completely open mouth. Looks pretty interesting, but here it is when it's on. So like when he's first comes into that one really cool scene in the movie where he completely annihilates those two Comanche warriors. But yeah, take this back off and you can pop that, and then this is the completely closed mouth that comes on in the package. You can see with it completely shut and with the mask on, and yeah, that looks really cool too. So it'd be cool if they had like alternate masks and stuff too. So maybe in another release that because I feel like they're going to get a ton of usage out of this figure. Maybe it'll be another bloodied mask when he kills the bear, and yeah, that'd be really freaking cool. So he's got the belt has a lot of really cool armor design on it, and he's come down to his little ankle wraps that he's got. And going over to this gauntlet, they have a slot where you can have two different versions of the shield. So you just pop them in to that slot. Make sure I've got it the right way. It goes like this. So, and that was the backpack I knocked off. So that's the mid-opening shield. And you can take that off, and you have a fully extended shield, and it has a ton of really good detail on it. But then that just pops in to his arm as well. You can bring it up and like have it in the movie when he's like defending against the fur trappers. He also comes with the spear gun, and I have the hand right now on that this holds this weapon with. Goes in relatively easy, and you can hold it out like so. The cool thing about this that they don't show on the box or anything, but there's actually a magnet inside this weapon. So just like the backpack, you can take this and it will sit. It takes a minute. I really don't like the magnet on this. I feel like it's really sketchy. But it will attach to his back just like the backpack does, and it will sit there floating, which is interesting that it's able to do that. So really cool design. Again, the backpack one feels okay, but this one, it's sticking, but I don't like it as much. So I'll just set that aside for now. He also comes with two versions of the spear. So he has this folded down version. And in the box, you get two of these S hooks. These black S hooks here. So what you do with them is you actually hook this onto his belt, and it actually kind of slides in between the seam of the rubber loincloth. Sorry. Get it here in a second. There we go. So I feel like it should be placed here. I feel like they just gave you two as a backup. But you attach that onto his belt, and then you can take his folded down spear and just place it onto the back of his belt like so. I feel like in the movie it was really kind of centered, so I'll play with that a little bit more after this video. But it sits back there, so really kind of cool that they did that. And they also give you the extended spear, and it attaches. So he's got the blade end and this freaking hammer side too. And again, you have multiple hands that you can change them out with. So I have one of the hands for holding this weapon, and then you can change this hand out to hold the other weapon as well. So yeah, but overall articulation is really good on this figure. He's got a double neck, ab crunch, your waist articulation. They changed out the legs. This is more of this really nice ball joint. I know they've done it, but it seems more heavy duty than some of the other ones. Again, double knee and ankle pivot. You got double elbow, shoulder swivel, and shoulder as well. And then, of course, the hands can swivel as well. So, other than that, that's all the articulation on this beast of a figure. I can bring in my custom that I did, and overall, similar. My head is way too big, but for the most part, I feel like I got the aesthetic right. And then we can also get the Jungle Hunter and bring him in. Here he is next to Jungle Hunter. He's got a ton of height on him, and again, the details on this figure are just amazing compared to these older. I mean, this is the most recent one, but still, I'm just completely blown away by this figure. Also, they do the transitioning scars on him. His chest, he's got the light pink, and then there's also all these silver lines on him. People probably thinking it was paint mess ups or something, but it's actually where he's fixed himself, and they're actually scars. They're all around his body as well. And then if you move his head, he actually has all these really cool quills on the back of his neck as well, which you would not have seen if you didn't move his really cool dreadlocks. But overall, I'm completely blown away by this figure. He was definitely worth the wait to get. I did get him off of eBay, so I got scalped a little bit, but I needed to get him. I didn't feel like hunting for him. My local comic shop is getting some, so I may go pick up another one. But yeah, I'm absolutely stunned by this figure. I really, really love him. He's definitely probably going to be figure of the year for me. He's just that damn cool. I'm bringing another figure with a bone mask. Here he is with Shaman. But yeah, to me, some of these other Predators, man, I mean, I love them, but I really love this new aesthetic that they've done with this guy. And I hope they rejuvenate more of the Predator figures, and we get Wolf, and maybe not using this exact body mold, but aesthetically, if they did the Super Predators, I would love to see them do this with those figures. I would love to have an updated Mr. Black Berserker Predator. It'd be freaking awesome. But other than that, that's all I really have to say about this figure. I'm absolutely in love with it. I'm sure it will be shipping and being available at Targets not too long from now. It's really cool that it's been showing up in more like collector shops before big box stores first this time, so it's great. But yeah, can't recommend the figure enough. I hope you all enjoy the review, and if you haven't already, like and subscribe to the page. Tell me what you think about it, and we can chat in the video, or in the comment section. And as always, this is SJ Collectibles saying toys keep you young, and happy hunting out there, everyone, and take it easy.